Alright, so in the last video we came to the conclusion that a lot of people were playing Zeraora decks and, well, we needed something a little bit more aggressive, so I think we play this Lucario version of the Rampardos deck, and hopefully that will help us a little bit. So let's see, we're gonna play around 5-6 games again, and we'll see how many games we win. Of course, we're now not against the Zeraora deck, we're against a Solgaleo deck. But okay, we'll see how well we fare against this one. Let's Skull Fossil. Let's Iono to hopefully rough up his hand a little bit. Okay, we get another Skull Fossil. Of course, we also got rid of our own Lucario, which is not the best, but okay. And looks like he is gonna have a Solgaleo very soon already. We're gonna get another Riolu. Let's do 20 damage. That is all we can basically do. Okay, so he has his Cosmoem out. We're gonna be able to get one Rampardos. But okay, the risk we're taking here is that the Rampardos is just gonna be one shot by a Solgaleo, so I think we're just gonna use Jab again. Let's see if he has Solgaleo here. Okay, so yeah, he does have Solgaleo, so as expected, it's good that we didn't get the Rampardos in the active yet. We can do 150, so if we get very lucky and we draw a Riolu, we actually... okay, we don't. We could have actually knocked him out, but that's not the case. So let's just do 130 here. And then we'll take 120. Oh, I should have put an energy on Riolu actually. Okay, so we're down to 30 HP. We're of course gonna knock out Solgaleo. I think we're gonna heal with Lily though, so we can at least survive our own attack. So he will have to do another attack with something else if he wants to knock out my Rampardos. So we're down to 40 HP, so Shinotic is able to knock me out. But if I get a Riolu or a Lucario, then we win. Or, yeah, I just need a Lucario basically. Unless he has another... okay, he might have the other Solgaleo here actually. Oh, yeah, okay, he is guaranteed it because he gets the other. So he should have it. And the rare candy as well. Okay, so that is a huge problem. So I think he wins the game here. Alright, so we take one loss. Let's see if we can win one though. Alright, so we're gonna play Hitmonchan. We're against a dark type deck here. It is a Guzzlord, okay. And we have double Lucario, but no Riolu yet, but we will get one here. So that's pretty nice. So this is not too bad yet. Alright, so he plays Poipo in the active. We're gonna be able to do... how much damage to it? I think just the 50. And he will do 40 damage to me. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. Oh, actually he has a weakness to me, so that's good, because we can just knock it out here. I thought it was a fire icon, but it isn't. So let's do 50 plus 20 is 70 because of the weakness, so we got 1 point. And now hopefully he doesn't flip 2 hats again, so my Hitmonchan does not die. Oh, actually he dies anyways because of the evolution, and that makes sense. And we only have a Lucario here, so... Okay, we do get a Skull Fossil, we don't have a Rampardos yet, and we can't attack with Lucario, so not in a great spot yet. Ooh, and there's an Ialigo, so we take extra poison damage. This game looks cooked already. Yeah, we don't need another Skull Fossil, we need a Rampardos. We can do 80 damage here, so that almost knocks out this Nagandel, but we're gonna take another 20 and then another 20 next turn, so we need a Rampardos, otherwise this game is lost. Okay, so there goes Lucario. Now let's hope for a Rampardos. Otherwise I'm not sure how we're gonna do this. Nope. Alright, so that's the second loss. We're not doing too hot. I really was expecting this deck to do a little bit more, but... Okay, well, let's play another 3 games. Maybe we are just getting unlucky. Alright, so we start with Riolu. We're against another Dark type deck, so we haven't faced an Electric type deck in 3 games. Well, I before this got 3 in a row, which is why I was gonna play this deck, so that is not helping the cause here. But okay, this is a Giratina Darkrai deck. Maybe we get a little bit more luck against this one. Hitmonchan, yeah, we kinda would love a Rampardos and a Skull Fossil. Pokeball, Rampardos at least. Another Pokeball gives us another Riolu. Okay, so we can do 20 damage. And then next turn we can Riolu into 80 damage, or 60 damage, I mean. Never mind, he plays Mars, so our hand is gone. Rare Candy, Iono, Skull Fossil. Okay, so now we need a Rampardos. And drawing a Lucario would be great. That's a Cranidos, not quite what I wanted. We could Iono, but I'm not sure if that's worth it while we still have a Cranidos in hand. I think we're just gonna do 20 damage. And then next turn swap it out for Cranidos and hope we draw a Lucario. We can also draw a Rampardos, that would work too. Alright, Riolu is down to 20 HP. So we really would love a good draw here. Ooh, a Rampardos, okay. So I think we play Rampardos, knock out this Giratina. Are we gonna knock out the Giratina or are we gonna wait? Well, I think we are. Of course, Darkrai is unable to knock out our Rampardos, but we would like to get at least 2 points. And then let's play this. I think we're gonna Iono now, just to draw another card. Could have Iono next turn. Ooh, and a Lucario. Actually, no, that was good. So let's play it on the non-damaged one. And now we do 150, so we knock out the Giratina. So we get 2 points. Darkrai is able to knock out Rampardos, and then we'll see what happens. It is definitely not gonna be easy to get rid of 160 HP. That is gonna be quite rough. I could play Hitmonchan, but every single Pokemon that I still have is only able to withstand 1 turn. So yeah, this is lost actually. Another loss, lovely. 3 losses in a row. This deck is great, guys, I promise. And we're against a fighting type deck, so Again, not an electric type. So not really what I want to play against, but type null. So type null is at least weak to fighting. It looks like a Gallade deck actually. Let's play Skull Fossil, do 40 damage here because of the weakness. And then if he has a Sylvally he can evolve, but he can't attack. Okay, so he does have a Sylvally. We can actually retreat into Cranidos and knock it out because Cranidos does 50 damage. Plus the weakness is 70, so if he doesn't heal then the Sylvally is gonna be knocked out. Ooh, he does get a Gallade already, that is quite scary. But he thinks he is gonna be fine here. Okay, let's also profess his research. A red is pretty good. Pokeball gives us another Riolu. So let's Cranidos. Get that guy in the active to knock out the Sylvally. There we go. And then next turn we could Rampardos, so that's 130. To Gallade, plus red is 150. Okay, but he plays Sylvally, so he wants to get some energies on his Gallade. Yep, as I expected, he plays energies on Gallade. Ooh, and he plays Sabrina, which is actually not too bad for me, I think. I don't think I mind that too much. We get another Rampardos, that's not really what I wanted. But we're just gonna do 40 damage with Riolu here. I think I'm fine with that, because he doesn't have enough energies yet anyway. Okay, so let's see what we draw. Rare Candy. Okay, so I was hoping we would get a Lucario, but we don't. Okay, so let's sacrifice one of our Riolu to do 40 damage. He doesn't have a point yet. So if we're able to do a clean 130 damage without having taken damage with Rampardos to Gallade, that would be great. Okay, so one of our Riolu dies, but the other one is able to knock him out. And then, because Rampardos is not gonna take 50 damage, I think... Ooh, actually Hitmonchan. I'm gonna swap into Hitmonchan in the hope that I get a Lucario. With then 50 extra damage plus red would be able to one-shot the Gallade. Okay, so we get a second point here. And now we wait. He does 90 damage, as expected. Hitmonchan dies. If we get a Lucario, we can one-shot here. If we don't, then we're still fine. Nope, we don't get it. Okay. That is interesting, because if he has Sabrina, then he can actually win. That is annoying, but okay, there was no way around it. We're doing 150 damage here. If he has Sabrina, he wins, GG. I'm kind of expecting him to have it. No, he doesn't, okay. Okay, well then we do win, so that is nice for once. At least we win one game. So we're 1 win, 3 losses now. Maybe we can get a second win and some people will be convinced to play this deck, but it's not looking too hot for this one. Okay, we're against an electric type deck, so this is the deck that I was probably making this deck for, if it is a Zeraora deck. So let's see if it actually does anything good against this deck. Yeah, it is this deck, okay. Let's see if it actually works. Alright, so with this first turn we're already able to do 50 damage because of 30 with Jab and the weakness of type Null. So that's already a pretty decent start. And there's the other Zeraora. Does he have a Sylvally? I would guess so. Does 40 damage, that is a little bit annoying. That means his Zeraora is able to one-shot my Hitmonchan. Okay, so we do have a Lucario, but we don't have a lovely Riolu yet, so that's actually a Yono. Let's see what we get. A Riolu, okay. And a Pokeball, okay. So we get 2 Riolu here. Yep, there's the other one. Now let's play this. I think we play an energy here and then knock out the type null. We could have used Cranidos here, but I don't like having damage on Cranidos yet, so I think this is a little bit safer. Let's see. Say we get a Lucario, then Cranidos is able to one-shot Zeraora. Not anymore because of the cape, though we do have a Guzma in hand. So who knows, maybe we get the lucky Riolu draw, or the lucky Lucario draw here. That would be pretty fun. Let's play Cranidos. And a rare candy. Okay, so that's not the lucky draw that we were waiting for. Let's use Headbutt then. So that's 70 damage. And we'll take 50 unless he has... No, he doesn't have enough energy on type null to attack with the Sylvally. He does get an Oricorio. Alright, so we take 50. Yep, there we go. We're down to 40. Ooh, we do have a Lucario now. So let's play it on this guy since we already have an energy there. Don't have to really Guzma here because our Headbutt is gonna knock it out anyway. And then he's probably gonna play Sylvally, which is actually annoying because that knocks out my Cranidos and is able to one-shot Lucario. And Lucario won't be able to do enough damage to knock out Sylvally. So yeah, he gets his Sylvally here, deals 100 damage. I think we lose this game. Alright, let's play Lucario. Don't think there's a Sabrina. No. Alright, so yeah, we lose another. So I won't recommend playing you play this deck. It's clearly not great. We lost 4 games and we won 1. So... And even the deck that this deck was kind of made for actually won against it, so wouldn't play it, wouldn't recommend it.